You were not born to be average, you were born to be abundant, and if you're not living a life of wealth, it's not because you're incapable, it's because your mind hasn't been trained for it yet. Wealth is not something you stumble upon. It's not about luck. It's about wiring your brain to see opportunities, to act with certainty, and to step into the version of you that commands a wealthy life. Everything you've been through, your struggles, your setbacks, your failures, has been preparing you to build the mental muscle required for abundance. But it starts by accepting one truth: wealth begins in the mind before it ever shows up in your bank account. Most people are operating from an outdated mental software. They were programmed by their environment, their upbringing, their school system, their culture. If you grew up hearing things like money doesn't grow on trees, or we can't afford that, or rich people are selfish, those words didn't just pass through your ears. They became part of your subconscious operating system, and here's the dangerous part: your subconscious drives 95% of your decisions. So if deep down you believe money is bad or that you're not worthy of having it, you'll sabotage every opportunity to create it. You'll work hard but never feel like you deserve the reward. You'll make money but find ways to lose it. Not because you're broken, but because your mind has not been trained for wealth. The great lie we're told is that we need to work harder, and yes, effort matters, but if working hard was the key, every laborer in the world would be a millionaire. It's not about how hard you work, it's about how your mind works. You can be the most disciplined person in the world, but if your internal blueprint is coded for survival, not prosperity, you'll keep cycling through struggle. That's why the first and most important investment is not in stocks or real estate. It's in upgrading your mindset. That means getting crystal clear about what wealth really is. Wealth is not just money. It's freedom, it's choice, it's peace of mind, it's knowing that you can take care of your family, contribute to your community, and live your purpose without being shackled by scarcity. But to live that way, your mind has to shift from limitation to possibility, from fear to power, from doubt to faith, and that transformation doesn't happen once. It happens daily, through intentional conditioning, through repetition, through emotional mastery, through aligning your thoughts, your language, and your actions with the future you want to create. Ask yourself right now, what are the stories you've been telling yourself about money? What were you taught growing up? Who did you model financially? Were they abundant or always just getting by? Were they creators or consumers? Did they talk about wealth as something attainable or something reserved for others? Because those early messages don't just disappear. They form the foundation of your financial identity, and if you don't challenge them, you will relive them. So today, you must make a decision. You must decide to train your mind like a warrior trains their body, not once, not when you feel like it, but daily, relentlessly, because you are fighting against decades of programming. You are unlearning fear. You are rewriting a new code, one that says, I am worthy of wealth, I am capable of creating it, I am committed to mastering it. Your beliefs shape your destiny. If you believe money is hard to make, it will be. If you believe you're not smart enough or experienced enough, your brain will search for evidence to prove you right. But the moment you shift your beliefs, your entire life trajectory changes. Start believing that money flows to those who solve problems. Start believing that your past doesn't define your potential. Start believing that wealth is not just possible for you. It is your birthright. You must also train your emotional state, because no matter how good your strategy is, if your emotions aren't in check, you'll never execute. When fear takes over, when doubt creeps in, when frustration builds, you retreat, you hesitate, you procrastinate, and that hesitation kills momentum. Wealthy people feel fear too, but they've trained themselves to act anyway. They've conditioned their nervous system to stay centered under pressure, to think clearly when others panic, to stay focused when others get distracted. The world is full of distractions. Social media, news, comparison, it's all noise. And if you don't train your mind to block out the noise, you will live at the mercy of the external world. You'll chase likes instead of impact. You'll seek validation instead of mastery, and you'll remain reactive instead of intentional. That's why discipline is your superpower. Discipline to control what you consume. Discipline to focus on what you want. Discipline to delay gratification, because long-term wealth is not built through instant wins. It's built through consistent decisions aligned with a powerful vision. You must also condition your identity. You will never outturn your sense of self. If you see yourself as average, you'll behave like it. If you believe you're meant to scrape by, your actions will mirror that. But the moment you adopt the identity of a creator, a leader, a builder, your standards rise. You stop tolerating low-level choices. You stop surrounding yourself with people who drain your energy. You start demanding more of yourself, not out of pressure, but out of purpose. Because deep down, you know you're meant for more. The identity shift is everything. It's not about acting wealthy. It's about thinking like the person who creates wealth. That means you don't just spend money, you manage it. You don't just save money, you invest it. You don't just consume content, you implement it. You become the kind of person who is constantly growing, constantly adapting, constantly evolving. That's the mindset of wealth. Start today with small shifts. Begin by taking control of your mornings. How you start your day shapes the tone of your life. Feed your mind with powerful content. Read books that expand your vision. Listen to voices that challenge your limits. Journal your goals as if they've already been achieved. Visualize your future in vivid detail. Because your brain doesn't know the difference between imagination and reality. The more you rehearse the future, the more it becomes familiar, and once it feels familiar, you'll begin to act in alignment with it. Start talking differently, eliminate phrases like "I can't afford it," and replace them with "How can I afford it?" One shuts down your creativity, the other activates it. One ends the conversation, the other expands it. Language is power. Your words are commands to your subconscious. Speak in a way that moves you forward. Talk like a leader. Think like a builder. Walk like you already own the life you're creating. And understand this, the road will not be smooth. You will fail. You will be rejected. You will doubt yourself. But those moments are not signs that you're off track. They are signs that you're stretching. Growth lives at the edge of discomfort. Every obstacle is an invitation to strengthen your mind. Every setback is a test of your belief. And every challenge is a chance to evolve. You must fall in love with the process. Fall in love with learning. Fall in love with solving problems. Fall in love with the grind, because wealth is not a destination. It's a reflection of who you become along the way. And when you truly embrace that, you realize that the money is just a scoreboard. The real reward is becoming the kind of person who can create it, sustain it, and multiply it. Make no mistake, there will be people who doubt you. People who mock your ambition. People who try to pull you back down to their level. But you must rise anyway. You must protect your vision. You must surround yourself with those who stretch your thinking, not shrink it. With those who challenge your excuses, not comfort them. You need proximity to people who think bigger, play bolder, and live from a place of abundance. You also must take ownership of your financial education. Don't wait for the government. Don't rely on schools. Don't expect the system to teach you about money. It was designed to keep you dependent. Learn about investing. Learn about business. Learn about cash flow. Not so you can impress others, but so you can lead yourself, so you can make decisions from a place of clarity and confidence. Wealth is not complicated, but it requires clarity, commitment, and consistent action. Train yourself to take fast, imperfect action. Don't wait for all the answers. Don't wait for permission. Start where you are, with what you have, use what you know, and then keep growing. Most people never start because they're afraid of doing it wrong. But you don't learn by thinking. You learn by doing. The fastest way to mastery is immersion. Throw yourself into the fire, get burned, learn, adjust, and come back stronger. Your future is not determined by your past. It's determined by your patterns, and patterns are created through repetition. So repeat this truth to yourself until it becomes your identity. I am the creator of my life. I am the master of my money. I am committed to building wealth from the inside out, no matter how long it takes, no matter how many times I fall, no matter what the world throws at me. I will rise. You have a choice right now. You can let your circumstances define you, or you can let your vision drive you. You can stay stuck in survival, or you can train your mind for abundance. You can wait for someone to save you, or you can become the person who saves yourself. Wealth doesn't respond to wishers. It responds to warriors, and the battlefield is in your mind. So train like your life depends on it, because it does. Rewire your beliefs, elevate your standards, control your focus, condition your emotions. Upgrade your identity, act with certainty, speak with power, surround yourself with greatness, and never forget, everything you need is already within you. You just have to claim it, cultivate it, and unleash it. Train your mind for wealth and watch your world transform. The greatest wealth you will ever possess isn't in your bank account, it's in your belief system. When you rewire your mind, you rewrite your future. When you break free from the chains of fear, limitation, and scarcity, you unlock a life that most people only dream of. This is not about motivation, it's about transformation. This is not about chasing money, it's about becoming the person who naturally attracts it through purpose, discipline, and unstoppable vision. You are not here to settle, you are not here to survive, you are here to thrive, to lead, to build, and to leave a legacy. So decide right now that from this moment forward, you will no longer be a prisoner of old beliefs. You will train your mind like your freedom depends on it, because it does. Wealth is not out there. It starts in here. And the moment you own that truth, your life will never be the same again.